What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Film Bros podcast. I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
What's up, everyone?
Can you say it a little bit more happy?
No.
A little bit more, just a little bit more happy?
Hey, people. Thanks for coming again.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here to give you guys some topics that we want to discuss with y'all. We're going to be going down a list. If there's anything that we could have missed or you think we missed throughout this whole little episode that we're about to start, Josh, let them know where they can, give us suggestions.
At FilmBros Podcast on TikTok and Twitter. And if you want to listen to our other episodes, Spotify and Apple Podcasts at FilmBros Podcast and YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
Yeah. So with that being said, we're just going to jump right in. We're going to go over some predetermined topics and just, get a couple guys' opinions.
Okay.
Huh.
Yes.
That's right, pimp. First things first, we're going to go ahead and start with my boy Christopher Nolan. So he came out today and gave a report to Variety saying that he made the atom bomb, a recreation of it with no CGI.
Oh, shit. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
For Oppenheimer, whatever it's called?
Yeah, for Oppenheimer. He said to Variety, I think recreating the Trinity test, the first nuclear weapon detonation in New Mexico, without the use of computer graphics was a huge challenge to take on, Nolan said. My visual effects supervisor, I got him on board early on, was looking at how we could do a lot of visual elements of the film practically, from representing quantum dynamics and quantum physics to the Trinity test itself, and recreating it with his team. So that's coming to us from Variety. That's what Christopher Nolan says. Sounds like he took the time. He's a great director. Okay, he gave us the Dark Knight trilogy, right?
Yeah.
The one he's better known for. He's given us multiple movies. This man, just like how we speak highly of James Cameron, this man does not let us down at all. Mm-hmm. I feel like Christopher Nolan is great. If he was able to recreate this, that means that he took his time, did the research, helped the team do the research, and really invested a lot of time. Oppenheimer looks like it's going to be huge. It has Robert Downey Jr. in it, star-studded cast. Charlie Murphy's in it as well. It's going to be a great movie, and hearing that he did a lot of the visual effects work practically says a lot what they're doing for this movie, and how much he wants to just not just give us a visual effects fiasco, not just be like, hey, look, a fake nuclear test. No, He actually put it to the test. What do you think about an actual practical detonation?
That sounds dope. No complaints. I always prefer seeing practical work in that sense. But I don't know how the fuck they're gonna do it. They're gonna have to set off like hella mini explosions, the fake ones or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how it worked.
I just want to know how the pitch meeting went, man. Where it was just like,
I want to make the atom bomb.
Yeah, and they were just like, bro, we're funding you. We're backing that up 100%.
Can you do that? Write that down.
Write it down. Do it now before we forget. So, a practical atom bomb in the new movie Oppenheimer. We've seen a few set photos about it. Honestly, the hype around this movie has really grown exponentially, and knowing that he's doing a lot more things practically, I like movies that do that, like where things feel a little bit more practical than the CGI, because it's easy to make a CGI movie, green screen and stuff like that. Well, I'm not gonna say it's easy because I've never done it before, so nobody comes after me. But
it's easy.
But it has to be easier than doing it practically. You know what I mean? CGI and all that stuff. You just record it, and then a visual effects person puts their stencil on it, and it has to be harder for the visual effects person, easier and faster for the company itself. Whereas if it's practical, it's a little bit more tedious, but you get that special that special something out of the movie when you look at it and you say, "Hey, that shit looks real." Like not just not just visual effects and they made it look real. No, like that thing looks like it could do some damage. Do you feel like it kind of makes a difference?
Yeah, of course. I mean, CGI scenery and stuff can make things look great and whatnot, but it doesn't compare to like the real thing. Like Marvel movies, they cake on CGI or whatever for unnecessary things. Like I don't know if you've seen that picture of Nick Fury on when he was in Far From Home.
Yeah, and
And
he
he has
CGI'd the gun and
the
everything.
gun, the wall behind him, and everything. So like,
It's because he came in for a reshoot for that one.
oh,
But still,
like,
yeah.
you don't have to. You couldn't get a wall really like painted the same color or something. I don't know. Of course, it'll look way better.
The gun was the thing that was baffling for me. Like you couldn't just get a prop gun, give him.
I'm telling you, there's nothing easier than a prop gun and a wall.
I know, like they could have easily done that, and like big differences too. Like the Mandalorian, groundbreaking achievements. I'm not even gonna deny them that whole LED set that they have, like groundbreaking, and it looks beautiful. It looks great. The whole LED wall looks amazing, groundbreaking, of course, but then you go look at shows like Andor where they shot on location and actually, had practical sets and everything. And you could tell the difference in how beautiful it is and just the extra effort that was put into it. And, just hearing when movies do that, and this Oppenheimer movie and, Christopher Nolan being, one of the old school greats, him wanting to do this practically, it puts my hype that much more for this movie, and I'm really actually looking forward to it.
I know, and I know it's gonna be one of those things where people are gonna be like, "Is this right?" Because it deals with a lot of like math and shit.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's gonna be like if you're not a rocket scientist, I hope they explain that properly so we can get it.
Right, 100%.
We're talking about quantum physics, and all the nerds in the room are gonna be like, "Haha,"
Yeah, I wish y'all didn't skip class, huh? But yeah, excited for this movie. Are you excited for Oppenheimer?
Yeah, it looks good. No real complaints. They haven't even dropped like a trailer yet, huh?
No, nothing like that.
Yeah.
They've dropped set photos of, I believe, Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, it's a big cast.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen Robert Downey Jr.'s picture today.
No, I haven't.
I could pull it up for you right now, actually. Real quick, 2 seconds.
But yeah, no, I think it just looks good. Hopefully the trailer does drop soon.
Oh, right here. That's him in Oppenheimer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they really did a number on him. A little transformation.
Nice.
Yeah, he looks good, and a lot of the cast that he usually works with is, like I said, Cillian Murphy. He was in Inception with him, and all those different types of movies. So he's bringing his cast back. Like I said, hype level's great. What do you guys think out there? Are you guys excited for Oppenheimer? Have you guys seen the set photos? Have you guys, heard about this whole practical bomb that he's gonna do? Are you guys excited? Are you guys aren't? Let us know. Let us know in the comments or at Twitter.
Wherever else.
At Twitter, of course. Our next topic, we're gonna talk about a movie. All right. We're going to talk about a movie that came out. It was supposed to be a one and done. But, making $1 billion and being an Oscar-winning film tends to change the tune of certain executives, right? So, with that, we got a good glimpse today, a new photo from Joker 2. Todd Phillips put it up on his Instagram. It's Joaquin Phoenix. Looks like he's like in Arkham, getting his beard shaved, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't looking forward to this movie, and I'll tell you the truth, I'm still not really looking forward to this movie. Um, I kind of feel like this is beginning the slew of pictures that we kind of got with the first film when Todd Phillips was kind of putting out these.
Yeah.
And and in the beginning, I kind of felt like it was cryptic and it was crazy to see him like that and stuff like that because it was the first movie. Now I'm kind of just like, I hopefully he does something different with this movie. I'm not gonna say I hated the first one, but it was just more like to be honest, I haven't seen it again. I felt like it was kind of like a one and done type movie. Like I seen it, I was kind of like, it was good, interesting. Probably watch it again, maybe in another 5 years, and be like, wow, why didn't I see this sooner? And just be like, oh well, it's one of those movies. It was good. Joaquin Phoenix deserves the praises for the first one. But I don't think anything's really like Oppenheimer. They haven't even put on a trailer, and I'm kind of excited for that one. This one, they just showed us a picture, and they've been telling us about it, and it's it hasn't really been hitting for me. But what do you think?
I think it looks well. Just judging the picture, I think it looks kind of weird. But I mean, that's how the first movie was. They sent out cryptic things like you said. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm too excited for this one either. Unless they drop a trailer quite soon and that changes my mind. But I don't think so. The first one, I really like the first one. I still rewatch it here or there, but it is kind of like a thing to want to sit through it and stuff. It's one of those things where you have to want to be able to see it.
Yeah. And I know one thing that kind of discouraged me from the second one too. That was kind of like, was the whole thing where they were saying that it was gonna have musical elements to it, and it was gonna, and a lot of people were speculating that Lady Gaga is gonna be singing because they confirmed Lady Gaga is gonna be playing Harley in that movie. They believe that it's gonna be very like musical, which is, I believe, is turning some people off as well. Now they didn't outright say it was gonna be a musical. They said it was gonna have elements of a musical.
That could mean anything.
And that could mean anything. I mean, if it was a musical, I feel like they would have flat out said it. But if the first one wasn't, I don't really feel. They may be doing this thing where it's like, oh, you're gonna see their twisted thoughts in their heads or something, and it might be kind of a musical thing or something.
That's what I was thinking.
But I don't think it's gonna be like a full on musical. But even then, I don't think if it's a musical, that's gonna turn me off even more. If it's not a full-on musical and it does have those little elements in it, I'll still give it a shot, but I'm still not really super hyped for this movie, and I don't really think a lot of things made me hyped for the first one as well, so I don't really feel like I don't think I'm gonna get too hyped for this movie. I'll watch it probably, but I gotta kind of see a trailer first, to be honest. This is one of the movies where I gotta see a trailer.
Yeah, me too. I think the first one was fine. I don't think it needed a sequel. So I hope they take this one in a good direction because I don't think the first one needed one.
Yeah, the way they ended it, I kind of felt like it wrapped up nicely, and like for it to be a contained story. I to be honest, I wasn't expecting the second one. When they announced it, I was just like, oh, okay, that's Warner Brothers just green lighting shit like they're Netflix. I don't know.
Which is funny that this one's kind of been flying under the radar. You know what I mean? While everything else has been getting the chopping block. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And this was confirmed and everything.
Well, because this one made $1 billion. This is the one that, highest R-rated movie to make amount of money. $1 billion and some change. Oscar nominated and won.
Well, to be fair, though, what do you call it? All that I understand, but, they were saying, if we're going by what they were saying, this is the first one was one of those big, like, phenomenal big movie worthy type movie theater movies, whatever the fuck they were saying. Zaslav was saying way back when. But I don't know about this one, and I thought it was gonna get the chopping block too, because I mean it was in development, and then that's when they dropped the name and the script and stuff.
No, because I thought it got greenlit when Daddy Zaslav took over.
No, this was coming before the merger and everything.
Really?
Yeah. This has been in the making.
I know that Zaslav praised it, though. I know that he praised the first one. I know that he's in one interview he had said that he really liked how they had its own in its own little corner.
Yeah, I guess. And then that makes I can see why they greenlit it, but I think it's weirder that what do you call it? That they're kind of being like, oh, not too Batman or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're fine with this one flying under the radar, which was
Oh, I get
interesting.
you. I get you. Yeah, because they
They're
want
trying to
one
set up the
singular.
universe.
Yeah. Um. No, I think they're gonna want little pockets of that here and there. I think it's something that Zazov kind of sees beneficial only because like you can have your main DC, but then also have one on the side. But I think what he doesn't want is three different ones. So I don't think he wants the Joker movies, and then Pattinson's movies, and then the DCU coexisting because that's too
So
many.
then, are we not gonna? You don't think we'll see a Batman in this movie?
In this movie, no, no, I don't think so. I think it'll be on its own and just be about him and Harley in this one. I don't think that they'll ever introduce superheroes in this one. I think it's just gonna be two crazy people going crazy. If they do, that'll probably be way down the road, and maybe like a plot twist or a post-credit scene
Oh
on a
well,
third film.
I mean,
Mark my words, post-credit scene on a third film, Batman's gonna show up.
his parents still die. Bruce Wayne is probably still a kid or whatever by this one, depending on when we find out the timeline.
If it's even gonna be connected to a Bat family and all that.
No, I mean, like, regardless. I mean, even without that, even without the Batman element, they still confirmed, like, the first one was heavily around, like, his parents. So the Wayne name will be there, but that's what I mean. Like, you think somewhere we'll see a Batman, whether it be, like, just, like a suit and not, like, a full interaction or something like that? That's what I...
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's gonna be those type of movies. I don't think so. Not even as like I said, if we do get a reference of it or something like that, it'll be after the third movie in a post credit scene to set up a fourth movie or something and be like, oh, keep people interested. How are we gonna keep them interested? Oh yeah, put Batman in. What? Mark my words. If this one does good, obviously the movies
I think it will.
have to do good in order for them to to get greenlit something else anyways. But with that, yeah, with that, what do you guys think? Did you guys see the photo of Joaquin Phoenix getting shaved? If you haven't, go check it out. Actually, we'll probably put a picture up here anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think. Are you guys hyped about the Joker? Joker 2 Folie de
Fully diffuse.
Folie de Feu.
However the fuck you say.
Yeah, chime off in the comments. Let us know if you guys are excited or not.
Yeah.
Next one. All right, we're talking about my boy, James Cameron, bruh. He's hot on the trail of the press tour for Avatar 2. Yet again smacking on MCU. Now I'm not gonna say he's smacking, but he did say that his mocap is better than Marvel's. And I'll read you the quote that he told IGN today.
Yeah.
Our team at Weta Digital, sorry, let me start from the beginning. Obviously, the big comic book films have been driving the sheer volume of the industry. The rising tide of technique raises everybody together, Cameron said. It gives you higher quality artists, more tools and plugins and code to use. You got more talented people writing code out there. Our team at Weta Digital is constantly having new hires, and it's coming out of that pool. So it improves everything. That said, Weta Effects, as it's called now, is the best, right? Industrial Light and Magic does great work, but when it comes to the kind of emotive facial stuff that we're doing, Thanos, come on, give me a break. You saw Avatar. It's not even close. It's what Weta did.
Dang.
I'm not gonna say Thanos was a bad mocap and a bad CGI because I think they did really well for him, except for that one clipping in Endgame. I don't know if you ever know about that.
No, never.
Oh, okay. In the final battle of Endgame, when Thanos is about to snap his fingers after he beat Captain Marvel and Tony, if you look at his gauntlet, when he goes to snap, it clips. His hand doesn't completely crunch like it's this. His hand goes into the glove.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, it clips. So whenever you see the movie again,
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, look at it, and it literally, like, you'll see it. But they did a good job with Thanos, and hands down. I mean, I've heard of industrial light and magic. That's their own VFX that Marvel usually goes to. They do good work, but Weta got it in the bag. Weta does so much. They did Planet of the Apes, the remake, the new one that just came out by Matt Reeves. They've done Zack Snyder's Justice League. They like Weta has done so many great movies, and their CGI is unmatched. I think they're one of the best. I think they worked on the first Avatar as well. They are the best VFX. I know that Marvel's probably not gonna go to them for everything because I know
Yeah.
that they went to Weta for Infinity War and Endgame for those for the mocap stuff for those reasons. But Weta kills it in the VFX game 100%. But I don't know. Did you hear about this article? What do you think?
Well, I didn't read the whole thing. I heard about the Thanos comment because that's all everyone will push out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see it. I see what he's talking about. I don't know if I agree, but I get it. like because
I get you, sir. I get you.
Because Thanos did look great, and then everyone else kind of looked decent. But like, come on, you tell me you don't see the trailers and everything looks too real. It looks like they actually went out, found some blue fucking aliens, and just recorded them. You know what I mean?
They found them big blue cats and were like, film them.
Exactly.
Film them. Yeah, no, Weta does amazing work, and to be fair, Marvel's a juggernaut that's been pumping it out for years, and they to add more attention and detail to one movie versus knowing that one's coming up next after the other, and you got to put detail. I don't know about you, but when I'm working and it's a lot of stuff, it tends to get sloppy towards the back end once you get a little tired, obviously. But when you're just working on one project, you know that shit's solid and that shit's going to be good. And I know Weta has a lot of projects, but it seems like when they're working on stuff, they have certain teams working at certain places and, keep a little bit more functionality. So I don't know. Weta might be the way to go, but I mean, as what James Cameron said, I can't dispute it. I think he's 100% right. I think his movies, even I will tell you, the first Avatar probably holds up better than Infinity War and Endgame. And I'm saying Infinity War because of Mark Ruffalo's head in that robot body.
Okay, yeah. I mean, well, that's why. I mean, like, that's what I mean. Thanos looked great, and then you have everyone else kind of suffering from that fatigue because he looked that good.
Yeah.
Judging by the trailers and from Avatar 2, everyone looks great.
Yeah, no. The facial expressions, everything. Like, you would not even know that they're mocap if you wouldn't have told somebody.
Exactly. I
want to go to a nut house and show them and be like, are these blue cats? And then they're going to be like, oh, get it out of my face.
Looks too real. Looks too real. Where'd you get that from? But no. I mean, good for him. I know everyone's going to be like, oh, why is he smacking on the MCU? But like,
he has a point.
Exactly.
When you have a point, you can say these things. Exactly. And when you're as big as James Cameron, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
You can if you're James Cameron, you can just walk up to a guy, smack him with a script, and like, without having seen the movie, he'll just get the vision. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, if you're James Cameron, you could probably make a movie, show it to a bunch of mentally ill people, and you'd be like, are these real? And he's like, blue cats. So I mean, I don't know. James Cameron seems like the guy who can pull it off. But what do you guys think out there? Did you guys see the comments? Do you think that he's right? Or do you guys think that Marvel does better CGI? Let us know in the comments. Let them talk. Let them talk. Calm down. No. Let them talk. Let us know in the comments.
That's not fair. I didn't know that was the argument. The MCU does decent CGI. You know what? Fuck this. We're not talking about this. Move the fuck on.
Our next topic, we're going to go ahead and talk about Boba Fett.
What? Why?
I got rid of it. But, so Tamara Morrison went on, I believe it was Deadline, and basically said that he thinks that they need to take Boba Fett back to his badass roots. So he says.
How do you? Okay.
So let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. I had it right here. Sorry guys, I did have it, but it's not here anymore. Gonna have to pull it up. Here it is. So he goes on to say and tells who is he talking to? He says, we gotta bring him back somewhere. We've got to see the old Boba Fett. He says, we reintroduced him, we found out some stuff, but I think it's time to get him back to his badass ways. No two ways around that. So I think we sort of have to scope to go back there, but that's out of my control. I'll just see what happens. So I kind of heard this and I kind of took it as maybe he's listening to the fans. Um, the Book of Boba Fett wasn't the smash hit that we would have wanted. All right. At the end of Mandalorian season 2, if you would have asked me, hey, you just seen Boba Fett claim the throne, kick ass in that one episode, and just completely pew, 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 like beat everybody up. Do you want to see a Boba Fett series? I was like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Give me that shit. He's a fucking badass, bro. But then, the show came out, and then now if they're like, hey, do you want to see a Boba Fett season 2? I'd be like, yeah, but maybe I could wait a little bit. I'm not gonna say it was the worst, but it could have definitely been better. Showing the flashback. See, when they said the Book of Boba Fett, I thought it was gonna be like chapters of his life type shit. Like, oh, we're gonna see what happened at the Attack of the Clones. I know we seen it in the Clone Wars, obviously, but what triggered him? If they would have showed that, or I know that we got little glimpses of him on Camino in the show, in the actual show. I just thought they were gonna go through chapters of his life, even show when he got out of the Sarlacc pit. I was gonna say Lazarus. That's DZ. The Sarlacc pit, and if they were gonna continue and show us that that he was gonna take over, why not just in my opinion, why not just take over the Sand People and just have taken over everything, because they're already the dominant species around the Tatooine. There was a lot of ways it could have went with it, and even the fights kind of seemed really slow. And there was a couple, like when he was back to back and those guys with shields were all coming up on him, and he was just like, what do I do? I was like, motherfucker, you got a jetpack. Go up. Like, what are you doing? Like, it didn't, like,
go up.
There was a lot of stuff that I could have been like, bro, like, just fix it. It wasn't the best, and it wasn't what I was looking for out of that show. But I do think that they kind of went down on his badassery on that show. Even when it was Mando and Boba fighting together, I feel like they could have made Boba a little bit more, but in reality, Mando was the one looking like a badass in that one. When he shot Cad Bane, that's when he was acting like a badass. But I mean, it's too late. Like, how do you go from hot off the heels of beating all these stormtroopers to acting like this? But I mean, I don't know. Seems like he's just responding to the criticisms that happened with the Book of Boba Fett. But you heard the article. What do you think?
Nah, man. I don't know. Yeah, no. The Book of Boba Fett could have been so much better, I think, if they just went any other route with it. But, like, I don't know what taking him back to his badassery means. Because, I mean, it was those... It's all legends now, all the shit that he's been through. So, I mean, they can decorate him and be like, oh, no, yeah, no, this was him and throughout the years or whatever, just so they can establish where he's been. But I mean, he's been in the Sarlacc pit his whole life. Everything before that, it'd have to be around the Empire. It would be kind of weird, is what I mean. Because then they'd have to cake him in CGI and send him back to do whatever else.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it would be different, and it would have been a little bit more costly. Yeah, having to make him look young and do all that stuff. But I mean, if like I said, even if they didn't want to go that route and they were gonna go this route, come on, y'all really thought that we wanted to see a bunch of colorful people on colorful bikes on Tatooine? What was that biker gang called?
I don't remember.
Something with a V. Forgot. But like it they could have done better. It could have been a lot better. I mean, there was shining moments. Don't get me wrong. Like when he was fighting that one hunter Wookiee out of the battle tank. What was it?
Chrysanthemum?
Yeah, him. Like when he was fighting him, and even at the end against the monster. What was it? That one called again?
I don't remember. I remember all of it.
Yeah, well, with all those monsters and everything, like at the end, like everything was cool. Towards the end, I mean, the show was really slow, really, really slow. And yeah, I kind of feel like they should take them back to that badassery roots, because I mean, yeah, and this for all the people that are like, oh, was Boba Fett ever a legend? Hot take, whatever, blah blah blah. Look, he spoke back to Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back. Now, yes, he got his gun slit up and he fell in the Sarlacc pit by getting his jetpack hit. But that's besides the point, okay? Like, it was caught off guard. It wasn't his fault. But you guys know what I mean. We just need to see more badassery out of him. I think Mandalorian Season 2 showcased it pretty effectively. Book of Boba Fett, not really, and I wish they would have done a little bit more.
Okay, but like, there's no more badassery for him. I mean, not that I think. I mean, I think if the show was different, okay, but I think one of the good things was seeing him. You know, he doesn't want to be that bounty hunter anymore. He kind of went through a whole phase. That's what the color changes on his helmet or whatever the fuck means. You know. But like, I think it's for his character to finally end up, you know, ruling the underground in a sense. Like, they should just follow that. That would be the only way I can see him being like badass again. But like, him going around guns blazing, you know, he's just too old for that. Let Mando do that. That's his job.
I mean, he's too old for that. He literally did it in Season 2 of The Mandalorian.
He's too old to be doing it like he was doing it when he was younger, is what I mean. He can still do it, but I mean, you saw what happened. He was getting overwhelmed and pushed. You know, the old Boba Fett probably wouldn't, but this.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
This new Boba Fett.
No, in this new Boba Fett.
This new Boba Fett runs Tatooine now. He shouldn't do anything else.
This new Boba Fett in Season 2 of The Mandalorian literally kicked the whole clan of Stormtrooper ass.
But he wasn't alone.
Yes, he basically was alone. He got them all. It wasn't even... Mando was there like...
No.
Like, what's going on?
He's too old to be chasing baddies and all that.
Listen here.
You shut up.
Shut up. Listen. He beat them all up in Mando Season 2. Took the crown at the end. Fucking walked in and just went... Pew! You're in my chair. Fucking sat down. All badass. Right? Shows up in the fucking show of Boba Fett getting his ass whooped left and right. How does that happen? How do you go from here to here?
He's an old man.
From between Season 2 to now?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's the same person. No, it's the same man.
No.
Yes.
He's old now. He can defend himself and fight back. But there's a point where he'll be overwhelmed and stuff because he's not like he used to be.
Yeah, we tired of you. All right, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think Tamara Morrison's right? Do you think that we need to kick him back to his badass roots? Do you guys like the Book of Boba Fett? Did you guys hate it? Do you feel like Boba could have been done a little bit better? Do you think that he's fine and perfect the way that he is? Let us know down in the comments. Moving on to our next topic, we're going to go ahead and talk about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Fifth number one spot. Again.
Damn.
Leading the global box office right now. Domestically, they made about 409 domestically, but on the grand total scale, they've made about $767.8 million. That's about $7.8 million more than Thor: Love and Thunder. So they barely passed them up. Okay. Um. So my question for you kind of is, and I'm gonna kind of go through the spiel. So listen to this. Thor: Love and Thunder wasn't really loved. Neither
That
was
shit was ass.
yeah. Neither Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was more loved than Thor: Love and Thunder, but they're barely passing them up in the whole global box office. They'll maybe make like about 800 mil by the end of its run. I don't think they'll hit 900 or a billion. Um, with Wakanda Forever passing that 1 billion. I mean, with Wakanda, not Wakanda, Black Panther, the first Black Panther passing 1 billion. Do you, why don't you think Wakanda Forever will beat that? Why do you think it's barely gonna beat out Thor: Love and Thunder?
It's not gonna beat it out, or it is.
Wakanda Forever, it's gonna beat out Thor: Love and Thunder, but only by like if it does what it's doing right now. I think by the end of its run, it will probably see it, if barely scratching 800, if not right like 780 mil around there, 790 mil. I don't think it'll hit 900 mil. I don't think it'll hit a billion.
Interesting. Well, I don't think it'll hit a million. I don't know. I don't know. I certainly like this one more. Maybe it's just because people aren't watching it, you know. But like, I don't know. I have no idea why it's. I didn't know it was doing this bad. I had no idea it was doing this bad.
I mean, I don't
It
think
held top spot for like 3 weeks. No.
Yeah, but I mean, not a lot of people were actually technically there wasn't really nothing rivaling it, to be honest. I mean, what movies were out right now, like The Menu, that Strange Worlds came out, but nobody really cared. The only movie that was really competition was Black Adam.
So talking about this,
And now that Avatar: Way of Water is gonna be coming out, that one's basically gonna. You already know it's gonna be taking the top spot, 100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, even though it was top, it didn't make a lot of money. I mean, it made a lot of money, obviously, but it didn't make what you would have expected a Marvel movie to make. And honestly, none of the Marvel movies that have been coming out have been making the type of money that they be expected to make.
Yeah.
Is this a sign of the fatigue I've been telling you about?
No. You know what it is? No.
Broke motherfuckers?
No, I was going to say racism, but, I guess that works too. Broke motherfuckers.
Racism? Why? Because of Wakanda Forever?
No.
What, nobody wants to watch it because they're black? That's not cool. You shouldn't say things like that. You shouldn't say things like that.
That's probably why people aren't watching it, though.
I mean, the first Black Panther made hella money. People loved it.
I don't know, man.
Let me see. I don't know if it made a bill. I know that I said that, but to be honest, I think it only made, let me see, 1.3 bill. It made 1.344 billion. The first one.
It's almost, yeah, but like, people have this problem with.
You think it's women leads?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I think that's probably it too. I think
people aren't happy that. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, people aren't happy that Sherry's the main lead now, and that she's Black Panther. So they're probably like, what the fuck, women, like.
You know what? I mean, that could be valid too. Don't get me wrong. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about that. And that could be valid.
And like Thor: Love and Thunder is just cheeks. That shit's
ass. Nobody. No, I was just comparing it because
but that one has Chris Hemsworth, and the big part of their marketing for that movie was the scene showing his ass. You know what I mean? So they were kind of playing on his sex appeal.
Yeah, I mean, Thor: Love and Thunder was a bad movie, and it never even, in my opinion, it shouldn't have made it 700, but it made that much because Marvel's this juggernaut where they're going to put out anything and people are going to eat that shit up because they just want to know what happens, obviously. But Wakanda Forever should have been special. It should have been that movie where it brought people in, made you feel something, and made you want to keep coming back. Wakanda Forever should have been above a bill, like, on its third week, in my opinion. I feel like Wakanda Forever had a lot on its coattails. I feel like their decision not to recast T'Challa was kind of one of the reasons why. I think, I mean, and maybe that could play into that whole woman thing. Maybe people wanted to see more T'Challa and, him taking on that mantle. And maybe passing it on to Shuri was kind of like that cheap baton pass. Because I was very vocal about it. I don't think Shuri should have been the one. I think it should have been Okoye or one of the guards or somebody else. M'Baku. I kind of felt like M'Baku should have took it too, but um, some people didn't really agree with this movie, and for it to have come off from the first part being $1 billion, you would have expected it to do just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's gonna stop just shy of it. So.
Which is just, I don't get it. I liked it. I don't know how people have such a problem with it. But it could be a number of things. I'm just going with the extreme because that's usually people's excuse for not seeing it. But, it could be a number of things.
Yeah. Maybe maybe we could just blame it on the pandemic, man. We'll just blame it on the pandemic still.
The pandemic, no, yeah, it's not as bad as it's been,
I'm glad you said that. I set you up. Next topic. Here we go. Speaking of box office, The Rock's out here lying.
What?
To everybody.
How does that construe with the pandemic?
And $7 production, because if the pandemic's not affecting sales, I want to know what the fuck's going on, because apparently a lot of WB executives want to know what the fuck's going on. So apparently the Rock and crew, and the crew, I'm talking about $7 production, supposedly, according to several Warner Bros. Executives from Deadline reports, one of the sillier trade stories of all time was filled with false assumptions in an effort to position Black Adam as a much bigger hit than it really was. He does note nearly all the movies of this size will ultimately pencil out, but that doesn't mean it's considered a worthwhile movie. This kind of stuff doesn't happen to Marvel, says Baloney. So, basically, what it's saying here is that $7 Productions, because I don't know if you remember that tweet that The Rock put out saying that it actually profited, that his financiers looked into it or whatever. Yeah. So apparently they leaked this story to Deadline and told them, hey, it's not a flop. Look, it made money, dude. This just goes to show you that The Rock can't take an L. Like, this man refuses to take an L. They can be like, Rock, honey, it's over. It's not over till the hierarchy changes, he says. Like, it makes zero sense why he's still wanting... Like, dude, it flopped. If it flopped, it flopped. We're sorry. Just accept it. It makes it look worse when you're denying when everybody's saying, hey, no, you gotta face the music. So they're accused of leaking fake financial reports about the Black Adam movie. So, yeah, with that being said, I mean, you heard the report. What do you think?
That shit sounds fucking nuts. I don't know how to feel. Because, I mean, yeah, we know The Rock has been complaining. He's been on his little spree, trying to hype up the movie. I don't know if that's because he wants people to be like, no, yeah, we liked it. And then, make a sequel. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or if James Gunn already went away with it, it is whatever. But I don't know. It's weird. That's weird. If they leaked it, it was The Rock that did it. He went on a weird profile. And was right. Like, here we go. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That sounds fucked, actually.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Like, why they would do that, I'm not sure. But, I mean, if the story is true and The Rock is fabricating results so he can look good, do you think that his hierarchy may make it in the DC with James holding the reins? Like, if it was this massive flop and he refuses to acknowledge that it was this massive flop that everybody is saying, do you think James is gonna be able to be like, hey, yeah, let's keep him on board, or you think he's gonna be like, hey, no, we can't keep him on board because even if a movie flops, he's gonna keep saying it didn't. We can't. What do you think?
I don't think if we're going by the news and he didn't confirm it or nothing, but he's saying people are saying it's out, then they were probably like already going out with him, out with Black Adam. But I hope he gets a sequel. Like, this is what I mean. Because if it flopped, then they could just be like, all right, still push on. The second one will do better. But I mean, I don't know. I hope he gets a sequel. Hope that doesn't stop him from being like getting one.
I mean, it'd be nice for him to get a sequel. I mean, Black Adam.
You don't care.
Okay, all right. You want? Okay. You wanted to. You want me to be nice? You want me to be mean? You pick.
You don't care.
You want me to be nice or you want me to be
I
mean?
know you don't care about Black Adam. Don't try to fool people. We know you don't care.
Okay. Fuck Black Adam too then. But, look. If it gets a sequel, that'd be cool. I mean, the first Black Adam didn't wow me. Would I want to see a Black Adam movie done right? Yes. If the sequel does...
That one was done right.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't. Took a bunch of different tropes from different movies, mashed them all up together, and couldn't even have the audacity or the decency to make over $500 million.
Shut up.
Don't cherry pick movies of what you think is going to work, and when it flops, try to make it look like a game. Because that's what he basically did. He cherry picked movies, in my opinion. If you look throughout that movie and watch in December 16th when it comes out, we're going to rewatch it on HBO Max, me and you. I'm gonna every trope that comes out in that movie, I'm gonna be like, look, Captain America, that's from X-Men. He took that one from Daredevil back when Ben Affleck was Daredevil. So like, watch, I'm gonna show you, and you're gonna be like, wow, I never noticed. But you might still deny it because you're just like $7 Productions leaking false information. But like I said, if it really did do good, and if it would have done great, and if it would have been a great movie, I would have no problem with giving it its kudos and its props. But the thing is that it was... The Rock refuses to acknowledge that it wasn't that great of a movie, okay? And yeah, it was the biggest career opener for him, but he should have known that... And you got to give him a little bit of the blame, too, like I said in the other pod, because... He said that this has been on his table for 15 years. 15 years is a long time. And 15 years is too long to say that he didn't have a hand in there dabbling with some shit. So he was a part of this process. He didn't completely deliver. And, as much as that sucks, it would be nice to see a sequel. But if we don't get to see it, then, unfortunately, it's going to... It might be his fault, because especially if with these news coming out, if he decided to do this because he just couldn't take the L and just keep walking and just walk it off, then this just kind of shows the kind of guy that he is. He just wants to win, and when he loses, he's just like, whatever.
I don't know. I don't know if it'll stop it from him getting a sequel. I know it looks fucking desperate, but I don't think it'll like lose him out in a sequel. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, and I'm excited to wait and see. What do you guys think out there? Is it wrong for him to have fabricated these lies?
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's clearly wrong.
It's clearly wrong. Are you guys excited for a Black Adam 2? Let us know in the comments. But on from that one, moving on to our next topic, we got... All right, so we already know, and if you guys haven't seen our last pod, go check it out. It's out now. The DCU might be over as we speak. Variety has kind of been doubling down on it. That a big major reboot is going to be happening over there at DC from James Gunn and Peter Safran. But James Gunn is going on to Twitter and saying that one of the biggest priorities out there right now is finding their Superman. Or is Superman. With all these rumors and speculations that's been happening, when he says our biggest priority is Superman, do you think that finding a new Superman is the biggest priority, or finding when to put our old Superman in a movie and where it's going to take place is the priority? Do you think it's going to be a major reboot like Variety's been doubling down on, or do you think that we're going to get a soft reboot that, we see the same characters come back but just in different ways?
I thought he meant like it's a big part like story wise.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I hope they didn't fumble the bag with Cavill. That's it. That's my only thing, because ever since the rumors came out last week or whatever, it was kind of like, why would they do such a thing? Now, if they're trying to find a new Superman, okay, make him the center of your DC universe. That's not a problem. But people are going to be real upset because we were kind of hoping for more Henry Cavill. The people cannot, like, ever since they were Black Adam was coming out and they were teasing him for Comic-Con and stuff. People that's all they want to see. They just want to see him come back. If he fucking gets rid of him, I don't know. I don't know how the next Superman is gonna live up to it. Then it's probably gonna suffer hella tank, because if it's a new guy, we're gonna be, you got people that are gonna be like, what the fuck happened to Henry Cavill?
Yep.
This guy can't measure up. What do you call it?
Mm-hmm.
This and that. And then, depending on the story, people were still gonna eat it up and be like, nah, this shit is good. Like, I don't know. I hope it just means from a storytelling standpoint that he's gonna be a main focus.
I believe so, and I think Zaslav made it clear, like, he wants to see Superman front and center. Now, 1, 2, 3. Now, whether it's gonna be Henry Cavill or somebody replacing him, like I said, I love Henry Cavill. He's my Superman, but if they take him away from us and they have to recast, as long as it's somebody who can play the character right, and if it's for the greater good of storytelling and for the movies, then I guess I can be on board with it. But I hope they keep my boy Cavill, because I love him as Superman. And, if you would have told me last year the last time I'd see him was at the post-credit scene of Black Adam, I'd shoot myself. But no, but so I hope that, they keep Henry Cavill. If they don't keep him, I get it. I understand, for the greater good of the movies, as long as they make good DC movies, because I just need better DC movies. I need them to, because DC can rival, if not give them really good competition, the MCU, Marvel. It just seems like they haven't been living to this full potential, and if we have to clean house in order to get it done, then I'm all for it at this point, because I feel like everything's just been a muddled up mess ever since they took the 30 minutes out of BVS. Like I said, if you guys want to see us go in detail about this whole DC thing, we did put out a pod today, actually, and it's up right now on Spotify and on YouTube. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check out our thoughts on there. But for now, as long as Superman's a priority, I'm cool with it.
We don't even know. He says it, but we don't know.
Well, this week he's supposed to have a meeting with Zaslav. So I'm sure we'll hear something by this week.
I hope.
Fingers crossed.
But 2023, that's going to be the year of DC. So you'll get your movies.
Yeah. It's going to be great. With that, we're going to move on to our final topic. And I saved this one for last because I feel like it's going to be the best topic right now. Not a movie. Different type of media. Our man Kevin Conroy left us with a gift. Okay?
Yeah.
And we found out what the gift was over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He left us with one more role as Batman. In the upcoming game, the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. We got a little teaser for it, right? Saw the Flash get knocked out. get his finger chopped off. It was actually really funny. I'm really excited for this game, and it sucks that it's been delayed for so long. But now knowing and hearing Kevin Conroy's voice coming back for that role in this game, it makes me even more excited, and I really want to play this game even more. I Now I know what you guys are gonna say. Oh, it's because Kevin Conroy did. Yes, that's exactly why. It's because he's passed away, and this is the last bit of original bit of Kevin Conroy media that we're gonna get from Batman. And I really want to see what happens.
Yeah.
Love them in the Arkham games. I grew up with those games, and I love them in any role that he played as Batman. It really was a shame they didn't bring him back from Arkham for Arkham Origins. Really was a shame. But you seen the trailer? What did you think?
I saw the entire Game Awards.
Oh yeah.
But so when I did see it, I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. They're really, it looks like they're really like doubling down on the Flash being like a main component in the game. I was surprised, just like everyone else, to hear Kevin Conroy. I know they said when this game was being made and stuff that it was gonna be part of the Arkhamverse, but it never crossed my mind to be like, damn, I wonder who's gonna voice Batman. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if in Arkham Knight he dies or whatever, but I wasn't expecting them to be like, no, yeah, Kevin Conroy as his last hurrah, he's voicing the Batman in the Suicide Squad game, and I was like, oh shit, that's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. Great final goodbye for Kevin Conroy. If you guys are fans of him, make sure you go check out Suicide Squad kills the Justice League.
Kills the Justice League.
Kevin Conroy's final role. It looks great. If you guys haven't seen the teaser yet, go out there, watch the teaser.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was a line from the Arkham games, but I mean you still feel that's his line. That's his iconic line.
Ever since the animated series when he first said it.
Yeah, it's a great trailer. Looks like a great game. Looks like it's gonna be amazing. Kevin Conroy, man, we miss you, dog, and hopefully he found his peace. With that, that's gonna wrap up our show. Like I said in the beginning, if there's anything out there, anything at all that we missed, that you feel like we should have talked about right here and gave you our opinion, go ahead and let them know where they could have told us.
At FilmBros Podcast on Twitter and TikTok, if you want to follow us there. If you want to listen to our other episodes, like you just said, we drop one a day at Spotify and Apple Music at FilmBros Podcast, and YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
Yes, sir. And with that, that's going to be the end of our show.
Yep.
And we will see you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.
Later.